Hi, I'm Todd Kelly. This is my wife, Kestra Kelly, and we are better together. Today we're here because we wanted to introduce you to our brownies. We do 6 flavors. We do the cookie brownie, we do the chocolate brownie, we do the pumpkin brownie, we do the peanut butter brownie, mint cheesecake, and raspberry cheesecake. But today we're going to show our Cadillac of brownies, the cookie brownie.
What's better than a brownie or a cookie? Combined, a cookie brownie.
It's the best of both worlds. People always say, hey Todd, what makes your brownies so special? I say it's what goes into the brownies. I've very carefully chosen each ingredient that goes in. First, we're going to start with our chocolate. This is a dark, 70% cocoa content, fair trade chocolate, which is very important.
The reason fair trade chocolate is so important is because chocolate is a billion-dollar industry, and by buying fair trade, that ensures that the local cocoa farmers get a fair market value for all their hard work.
Next, we're going to move into our eggs. I work very closely with a Lancaster County farmer who's about an hour west of Philadelphia, which is where we're from. These are farm-raised hens that eat only grass and then organic cornmeal. So which means that these egg yolks are going to be nice and dark and rich and full of those nutrients that you love.
We also use organic, all-purpose flour.
And then our sugar, which actually is not technically called sugar. It's evaporated cane juice. It's pure, it's natural, it's not processed like normal white sugar is. So you can see it's going to have that nice golden brown color, which means it's filled with those nutrients that are going to create a delicious brownie.
We also use organic butter, and this ensures that the cows are not fed with any hormones or antibiotics.
This is the first step. You're going to add the butter with the chocolate over a double broiler, which is very important because you don't want to overheat the chocolate. You want to keep it at a very low temperature to keep all of those flavors in there.
So why is the chocolate in little bits like that?
Well, it's important to make sure that the chocolate melts very evenly. So what you're going to want to do is with us, we start with a block of chocolate just like this. And then you're going to want to shave it into little pieces to make sure that all the chocolate melts very evenly.
I know this is an important step because I'm always asking Todd if we could just stick it in the microwave to melt it. And he's always saying, no, we have to do it this way.
Now, you remember earlier I told you about our eggs. Now I want to show you how they look. You can see on your right, look at that egg yolk versus the one on your left. It's much darker, it's much more orange in color, resulting in a much, much better product. We're going to crack 4 eggs, put it in with our sugar.
And why don't we tell everybody about how Better Together came to be?
Well, I was a financial analyst in school, and I graduated and I spent years as a financial analyst buried in spreadsheets. So for me, it was really important that I get myself into a creative outlet. And for me, it became baking, it became cooking. I loved doing it. It was after spending all day staring at numbers and spreadsheets, it was like, wow, you know, I got to get this energy out of me and release it creatively. So for me, it became baking.
And I and all of our friends and family enjoyed his creative outlet greatly.
Now it's very important as I'm doing the sugar here, you want to give it a good mix, you know, because you want to really blend it together so it kind of becomes a nice pale yellow color. Because this is important too, if you got to mix it fast, because you want to get that nice crackly, flaky top on the brownies. And you do that primarily through 2 reasons. 1, the chocolate, but then 2, beating the eggs with the sugar until they're a nice yellowish pale color.
Todd is mixing in the flour and the vanilla, and then he's going to add in the chocolate. That will create our brownie base. I think it might be interesting for you guys to know how we got to this point in our lives. It was one Friday night and we were having our traditional pizza on
Which we
Friday
do
night.
every Friday night. That's
Every
like
Friday
our thing.
night.
Friday ends the week eating pizza.
It's just a good, easy Friday night dinner. Todd looked at me and he just said, that's it, I'm quitting my job.
I'm going to quit. We've been talking about this. I can't tell you how many pizza nights were spent just me going over just how horrible my week was and how much I hated being behind a desk staring at spreadsheets.
And I wanted him to be happy.
More than anything, she wanted me to be happy. And so I just said, honey, I'm going to quit. That Monday, walked into my boss's office, said, Kevin, got a little something to tell you, and I quit. His first reaction was, no more brownies on Fridays? I said, sorry, Kevin, I got to do this full time.
And that's it. We packed up our apartment, and within 2 weeks, we moved to a new city and to start our new life.
And so here we are. We're now baking. I mean, I'm up to we just started about 6 months ago, and I'm baking 600 brownies a week out of our home. So it's finally gotten to the point where we need to take this business to the next level. So I'm looking to grow space because people keep calling me saying, "Hey, Todd, we want to carry your brownies." But I'm like, I'm in my house right now. I mean, our little oven.
Sugar stacked everywhere and flour. We're being overwhelmed
she'll come
with
home
brownies.
from work and there'll be chocolate on the walls in the living room.
He's not always the cleanest cook, let me tell you.
The place is a complete mess. So we're going to go ahead and show you now a close-up of our brownies so you can see what makes it so great. I mean, it's a cookie and a brownie. That's better together. So you got the brownie base here, and then you got the cookie base on top. And Kessa's going to go ahead right now, and she's going to pour in the brownie base, which goes in first, as I'm going to start working on the cookie part, which is brown sugar, the evaporated cane juice, which is going to be mixed at a low to medium speed with the melted butter. Right now I'm just getting the cookie part ready, putting it on a piece of parchment paper, which will then flip on top so you can have a nice even cookie layer.
Which is such a good little trick.
You'll see it'll come off really easy. You know what, I never thought I'd be spending 12 hours a day baking, but I love it.
He enjoys it, and it's been really a neat experience to go through this together. It's been a learning experience and fun for both of us.
4 years of grad school, 2 years getting my MBA, and I spend my days knee deep in dough.
Yeah, we're still paying off those student loans, but we'll deal with that later.
One brownie at a time. And then now you're just going to want to take the rest of it out and just kind of fill in all the empty spaces.
It gives you that nice, good cookie topping. We tried all different things before Todd came up with this idea.
These are my cousins who also happen to be 3 of my biggest fans, Megan, Ryan, and Amy, and they're going to taste test for us to make sure they're good. What I like best is you got the crispy, chewy cookie on top of a nice, fudgy brownie, and it tastes great, but don't take my word for it.
Is it good, guys?
Yeah.
Yummy. Thanks, Food Network. Bye.